Hey, it's Mike. I am back. I'm ready to do some Hare Krishna stuff, some cult stuff. We're going to check out these super white Hindus. What do we got? We got N. Good to see you, N. We got Aviator Lochan. Good to see you. And Contentment John. Good to see you guys in here. For all you new viewers out there, my name is Mike. I was 20 years in the Hare Krishnas. I've been out for about 14 years, and I'm here to teach about cults and Hare Krishna Cult. Hey, it's Snoggle. Good to see you. And Jolene, thanks for the email. I got that email from you. That's good. And let's get right to this opening. I got a lot of stuff, so let's get right to it. Here we go.
Hello?
Hello.
All right, you saying the mic is, how's the mic now? Because I got your message and I did what I could. How does it sound? Does it sound, should we restart? Do we redo everything or what? How's the sound now? Everything looks good. Everything looks good to me. I don't know. Fake human, good to see you here. I mean, everything is looking good, but let me know. How's the sound? Because if I have to restart everything, it sounds good. Okay, good. Okay. So where to start here? Wow, you guys threw me off with the sound thing. I don't know. I forgot what I was doing. I forgot what I was doing. Okay, sounds much better. Yeah, I restarted the sound. So you can get to this in a minute. Okay, let me see. Where is? Okay, so hey, sound is much better. Okay, great. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Duke of Squirrels. Good to see you here. I got everybody. I said hi to everybody so far. Okay, so I want to get right to this. Jenna Morton. How you doing? Good to see you in here. Okay, so all of us, I guess most of us are did I miss somebody? Weird Planet. Hey, Weird Planet. Good to see you. I did miss you. How you doing? Okay, for all the ex-devotees, in here, let's do, I found this. This is old, but it's good. It's an oldie, but it's goodie. I'd never seen it before. So let's take a look at this. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
So the question is, in my memoir, Uncultured, right there, autographed copies available here, was the lack of food given to everyone purposeful in the cult in order to maintain control, or was it due to poverty on the communes? It was absolutely both. I'm Daniela, scholar of cults, extreme groups, and extremely bad leadership. I think that there was definitely, we lived in a lot of poverty, and that level of poverty wasn't necessary, but we taxed up to 20% of everything we got up to our headquarters, who of course claimed that they used all of that to create the literature as well as the child entertainment products, videos, films, cassette tapes, etc., they used all of it for that. That, of course, wasn't true because it was millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars that we, the 10,000 strong army of the children of God, raised for them all around the world.
Sounds familiar? Sounds sounds exactly like the Hare Krishnas. Raising all that money, selling all those books, and the kids are starving in the Gurukul. They're being treated like shit, getting shit food, living in poverty. While all the adults are out raising money so these gurus can fly around the world, they can build these temples, build these friggin' joke of a planetarium, all this stuff. Meanwhile, the kids are suffering, and it's the same in every cult. It happened in her cult. You gotta realize all these cults are the same, and I don't care if it's from Bengal 500 years ago or 600 years ago, and the six Goswamis and this Madhavacharya, whatever. It's a fucking cult. It was a cult back then. It's a cult now. If you're washing some guy's feet, worshiping them like they're God, washing their clothes and doing all that bullshit, you're in a cult. I don't care. That's the bottom line.
So there was definitely like poverty food. You know, I grew up mostly in Brazil and Mexico, so we ate a lot of beans and rice, lots and lots of fruits and vegetables, which are cheaper there. It was such a shock when I got to the US and produce was like one of the most expensive things you could eat because that is what I live on. But it was always controlled. So even when I lived in the leadership communes where we supposedly had more money, the food was very, very controlled. And then when I lived in a field home, missionary home, but one that was doing quite well with what they called provisioning, with getting donated things, we still lived under food control. So even though there was plenty of food, you were not allowed to just go get food whenever you wanted. And food control is a very, very important part of coercive control because, number one, cults usually want you skinny. Coercive abusers usually want you skinny. They definitely usually want to control your body size in one way or another. When we look at appearance control, we usually see it break down to four things: hair, body size, body coverage, and underwear. There's a lot of reasons that food restriction and keeping you skinny really, really works for cults, especially in religious cults. A lot of the time they restrict food because it helps them induce these religious feeling experiences. I can tell you that when so in the book you see like the first time they put me in the kitchen to cook for 25 people, I'm 11 years old, and this is the first time I've ever opened a fridge. Just kind of like, probably ever, because there would be no reason for me to open the fridge. The food would have always been set out before. And I remember when I was a new mom, my daughter was probably about a year old, and she just went like waddling up and just opened the fridge and just started eating grapes. And I was just sitting there like deep on the couch, just like, I couldn't, like, I didn't even know how to wrap my head around that level of like feeling freedom and comfort in your own home, because it was definitely.
Yeah, when my daughter was little, and I was trying to, I was learning how to offer food, and I was offering food, and I was eating, I was cooking prashadam and offering it, and trying to follow that, and then my mother would just give my daughter, give her whatever to eat, and I kind of felt like she did, like, oh no, it hasn't been offered. She's just eating this, just whatever my mother would give her. Sometimes it would be like a pudding cup or something, and I was like, oh no, what is in that, or what is, and I found myself doing that same type of thing. But I wouldn't freak out about it. But in my head, it would be in my head about the food control, without even realizing it's food control. Ecodicy, is it ecodicy? I didn't
want to follow ISKCON, but if I was around devotees with the ISKCON thing, it was just the food control is too much.
Definitely not something I grew up with. Always, always, always having to ask for permission to eat, whatever that was. Eventually, they also implemented a kind of like additional control, which was we have to ask Jesus before we do anything. So, like, Jesus, I feel like having a snack right now. Is it your will for me to have a snack right now? So, yeah, oodles of food.
Yeah, that sounds like uh, Krishna consciousness right there is with the food control. I thought that was interesting. I didn't realize that so many other cults or organizations, are controlling food, and I didn't even realize how much prasadam is controlled, and when you can eat and when you shouldn't be eating, and if you're in the ashram, it's completely controlled. You eat on schedule, and you only eat what they give you, and I can't even imagine that. Because not living in the ashram, just living around the corner, living around the corner from the ashram, was bad enough. Fresh fruit fungus, yeah, that you can have all of those you want, as all of those as you can get. We never had snacks. Yeah, there's no snacks. I mean, although, living when I was living at my mother's with my parents, I would make like snacks. I'd make like burfi or laddu or little samosas or something to have as snacks. But that was like prasadam snacks. But yeah, like as far as like, but my mother would give my daughter like a like a Twinkie or or something like that, and I would be like, oh no, what is that? The snacks, the eating, the food control, it's realizing that you're in a cult is realizing that you're in a cult. It's difficult. We don't want to admit it. Hey, Aviator Lochan, I saw you today. I saw you in there with the Dreamer, and it was interesting. I caught him for a moment today. I saw him preaching to you. Yeah, I saw him preaching to you, trying to get you to come in and love God and he was telling you about the Virgin Mary or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I can't listen to that stuff. I just can't listen to people like him for more than I can listen to him long enough just to make fun of him, but I can't listen like what's he saying. I just can't. I zone out. It irritates me. It's like nails on a blackboard. I can't take it. Even when we're watching the videos in here, sometimes I can't take it. Sometimes I just can't. Hey AJ, good to see you. Good to see you in here. Somebody gave me a thumbs down for talking about Gora hoodie. Yeah. Hey AJ, good to see you here. And hey, good to see you. Anke Factor, whatever it is. I'm going to call you Anki. I don't know what to call you. I'm going to call you Anki. Good to see you, though. So let's get right to it. Let's get right to this. Let's get him. No, let's not. I got one more knitting cult lady. So for all you people out there that are in a cult, you're in the Krishnas, or you're following some guru, or you're in some Krishna cult, Narayan Maharaj, or some wacky whatever. You gotta learn. You gotta realize that you're in a cult. I know it's hard. I know you're gonna resist. I know you don't want to accept it. But unfortunately, that's the number one thing that's got to happen. You got to understand you're in a cult. It was hard offering the food and not think about enjoying it yourself. Some of my offerings were super quick. Yeah, I would see some of the guru coolies when they would get something, and they would just be like, if the food wasn't offered yet, and they would just be like, oh, and then they would just say something to Prabhupada, something, Krishna, Vishnu. Blah, blah, blah. They had like some of them had like a little thing they would say, and then they just eat it. And it was like they were just like self-offering. I was like a quick Timu offering or something. I don't know. I was like, oh, you can do that? Oh, I didn't know you could do that. It was pretty funny. Evidently, you can do anything. I mean, if you can get away with it, you can do it. I mean, I don't know, I guess. Okay, here we go.
The one question that is complicated to answer about cults, which is, does the cult leader know that it's all a con, or do they believe that they are the ones to fix it? And I think it's both, right? Obviously, they know they are cheating and lying and stealing, right? Jim Jones knew he was staging his faith healings, as did the people who were helping him do it. And what I call this is like sampling the Kool-Aid, right? It's very significant to me that Jim Jones's end was not from the Kool-Aid. It was from to the head, right? But they believe enough. They believe enough in what I call ends justifies the means mentality. They do believe that they are special. They do believe, when they study all these other cult leaders and tyrants who have all failed, ultimately, that they are going to be the ones that are different, that they are going to build the good thing, that their lying, cheating, stealing, faking is for the greater good. They sample the Kool-Aid. And this is how the people around them justify it as well. It's called justified lying, and I find it in all.
And that's what I say about this. That's what I say about this guy.
I am just a dreamer, but you are just a dream.
He's been around. He's been around for a long time. He's been around for a long time. He's seen a lot of preachers, Christian preachers, whatever, he's come in contact with, gurus. And then he comes across Prabhupada, never met Prabhupada. He comes across Prabhupada, wants to be Prabhupada, gets initiation by Tamal Krishna, sees that Tamal Krishna is just a big cheater, scammer. He says, I can do that. He goes to Narayan Maharaj. He says that he sees that Narayan Maharaj is a big cheater, scammer, but he still believes in this Krishna consciousness. He samples the Kool-Aid, and he believes enough of it. He knows he's not a guru. That's why he dreams. Because if he didn't believe in it, he wouldn't need to dream. So he believes in enough of it that he's got to make up some lie that he dreamed, or that it came to him in a dream, because he knows that he's not really in the parampara. He's not initiated by anyone who's ordered him to be a guru, according to his own philosophy. So he knows that. So he makes up a story about how, well, I'm authorized because Prabhupada I dreamed it. Because I dreamed it, then I'm authorized, which is he's sampling the Kool-Aid. He's saying, I know I'm scamming, but I still believe I'm better than everybody. I'm better than Tamal. I'm better than ISKCON. I'm better than Hridayananda. I'm better than all of them. In fact, I'm better than Prabhupada. Yeah, and the ends justify the means. Exactly. He can justify that and say, I can lie and cheat all these people because it's for the greater good of Krishna consciousness. I'm spreading Krishna consciousness. It's just like Prabhupada. I don't care if I'm lying. I don't care if I'm lying, cheating. Kids are getting abused. Little girls are being married. I don't give a fuck. Like Prabhupada didn't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to spread this 10,000 year golden age, Chaitanya's bullshit, whatever. And if I got to lie, cheat, steal, by hook or by crook, I'm going to do it. Because that's how I'm making my living. And he's no different. He's sampling the Kool-Aid. And he's no different than Jim Jones, and that's what makes him so dangerous. He's no different than Jim Jones, David Koresh, or any of the other self-proclaimed God man who's here to give something that you can't get anywhere. And all is bullshit. Man. Because, I'm here to expose cults and teach people about cults. I got this guy. He's a real life specimen. He's a real life specimen that we can observe in real time, in real life. He's probably on there right now, doing his bullshit right now. Spreading his bullshit. Poisoning these people's minds with his pedophilic crap and his child marriage and defending it and saying there's nothing wrong with it. Spreading it. Who gives a shit? It's all a dream of a dreamer. Anyway, that's what they're saying. We're all in just Mahavishnu's dream. Friggin' nonsense.
Almost every cult that I look at, including single family cults who usually call it a circle of trust if they give it a name, or just don't have a name for it, but there are just things that you know as a member of that single family cult.
I would say that every family in Hare Krishna, in ISKCON, every family is two cults. You're in the cult of Krishna, and then you're in a single family cult where the father is the narcissist father, whatever, abuser, and the wife is a skinny white woman, whitewashing all of his sins and all of his abuse, just like Nar Narayan and Rupa Manjari. And that must be hell, to be in a family cult inside of a friggin' pedophile cult, like the guy that touched my daughter. He had a daughter that he was abusing while he's inside a pedophile cult abusing other people's kids. And tell me this ain't dangerous. Yeah, the dreaming. I'm going to get to him in a second. Let me get the rest of this.
That you are either not supposed to talk about with outsiders, or you are supposed to lie about or present differently if outsiders ask questions. So this is what I've written in Culting of America about justified lying. This isn't a unique phenomenon to MAGA. It's a pattern deeply rooted in how extremist groups grow. This willingness to abandon the truth is not incidental, it's foundational. In high control groups, lying to outsiders isn't just acceptable, it's considered morally righteous. In the children of God.
That's why this guy, that's why, not just, when I talk about this dreamer guy, I mean all of them. They can defend this child marriage, they can defend these molester gurus and all of that. It's justified. It's justified for the greater good of this cult. To spread this Krishna Cult, to spread this bullshit, they excuse this bullshit. They're like, well, how can we gotta excuse these pedophile gurus, these molester gurus, because who's gonna spread Krishna consciousness if we throw all the predator pedophile gurus out? All our best guys are pedophiles. If we get rid of them, who's gonna be left? We get rid of Lokanath Swami and Indrayumna Swami and who else? The other Swamis that they know about. You get rid of them all. There's gonna be nobody left. Hey, Ghana, good to see you. Good to see you in here. Yeah, I'm wired up. I'm worked up. I'm worked up right now.
This tactic was called Deceivers Yet True, and my chapter on that is published in Rolling Stone magazine. A warped belief that lies were virtuous if they protected the mission. Outsiders, or systemites, you guys, weren't seen as worthy of the truth. Telling them the whole story might confuse them, or worse, they'd find a way to twist it against us. So we spun stories, omitted details, and sometimes outright lied about where donations were really going. It didn't count as deception.
This part was in another video that I showed. Transcendental trickery, the justified lying. Hey, light rays. Jesus, I'm not sure what that means. I don't have, I don't know what you're trying to get at. But okay. I All right, well, if that floats your boat, man. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go right to this. I want to show that because this guy, I want to show because when I say this,
I'm just a dreamer, but you are just a dream.
yeah, okay, but no, no preaching though. I'm not. Okay, happy Resurrection Day, Jesus. Okay, okay, happy, happy. So when I say this guy's dreaming, so Lochan, Aviator Lochan was in his thing, and they were talking, and of course, I got brought up. Let me see if I can get this queued up correctly. I got brought up.
He didn't. He didn't.
Oh,
But
See?
wait a minute. So yeah, I got to go back a little bit. So he brings up the fact that I say something about him having a dream, and he he gets very angry.
That is so immature, actually. And you can
Well,
never really communicate with
If
people.
you support a pedophile, you are wrong. Simple as that.
Yeah, so millions of people are all wrong, and you're right. Because you're
So he just said you support pedophiles, and he's saying there's billions of pedophiles are wrong. He's saying there's billions of yes. This is the idiot, right? He's saying because there's a billion, there's first of all, not every Hindu practices child marriage, so that's not a true statement. It's just so he's trying to, what do you call it, confabulate Hinduism with child marriage, and then say that all these Hindus must be wrong since they practice child. Well, who's practicing child marriage in India today? It's illegal in India. You can't do it. So he's again with the defending child marriage.
right because you're with Mike, who believes that, and you're a little.
So he's saying that, well, Mike believes that child marriage is wrong. So I'm the weirdo. I'm the weirdo because I'm not down with child marriage.
Little group there believes that, and that's just.
We are
what it is.
just against the pedophilia, the raping, the sexism.
I'm not obsessed over that subject. It's like
He doesn't care. He doesn't care about women being raped. He doesn't care about children being. He doesn't care about the pedophile gurus. He's just like Bhakti Vikash, who says, "This is the sweetest guru you're ever going to meet." He doesn't. He says, "I concern myself with gurus and child marriage and molesting gurus and pedophilia. I don't care about that. I don't care that that's what these books teach, and that's what this stuff teaches. He doesn't care."
he's saying,
Have you ever heard Prabhupada saying that because a woman likes intercourse, that rape is like
yeah,
snake?
what I hear, I don't want to hear, I don't listen to all that stuff. I can.
That's
pick
what he
and-
said, though. You still.
So he says, I don't care what Prabhupada says. I don't care about the bad stuff that Prabhupada says. I don't care that he was a pedophile. I don't care he had a 11-year-old wife. I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about the racist things he says. I don't care about the sexist things he says. I don't care about any of that. That's not important to me.
No, you see, yeah, you want me to focus on some things that out of their
Oh my
context
God.
or whatever it is.
It's not out of context. It's plain as day. It's plain as day, dude.
It's just that's all about the material body and the world.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. He doesn't care because he's a man, and he doesn't have to worry about it. You're absolutely right. He's a man, and men get worshipped, and he's getting worshipped, and so he doesn't have time to worry about these things. Why bother? Exactly. I'm focusing on getting disciples and getting worshipped, and these people praise me. They call me Guru Maharaj and Guru Dev. That's what's important.
And I
The
want to
ma-
know about
But
the
the material
spirit.
body is real. Okay, we can die.
No, the material body is real
Let me
for
guess.
time.
If you shoot,
It's going to
if Prabhupada
disappear.
was like, let me go and shoot someone, you're gonna be like, oh, it's a material body. That's
No,
what
he didn't do that.
But
That's
if he did,
you're saying
if
what
he
if he did, but he doesn't. He doesn't do that. He's a reasonable person.
If
He says Prabhupada's a reasonable person, but he had an 11-year-old wife. That doesn't sound reasonable to me. But they don't care. He doesn't care about that. What he cares about is that if he can preach this Prabhupada crap and he can make a living of it. Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right, Ghana. To realize you're in a cult takes a lot of intelligence. It does. And that's why I say just because people leave the Hare Krishnas doesn't mean that they've realized that they're in a cult or that they were in a cult. They don't necessarily realize that just because they left. A lot of people leave Hare Krishna because they can't chant. They can't chant. They don't want to chant anymore. Whatever. Exactly. He's denying the facts. He absolutely. And all of these people there know too. This Janaki and Stunning Freddy, they all know. They know this is bullshit. They know that child marriage is wrong. But he's gonna blow his top in a second. I think it's really funny. And I know Aviator Lochan. Let me get over here. Let me see.
he did,
But he didn't.
And you know the reason
He
of-
didn't. He didn't.
but
See?
he did.
He didn't do that.
right?
So
He
don't.
did
What if
support-
he did?
That's your holy man. That's your holy man.
did
That's the
support
thing.
pedophilia.
It's like
He
Mike.
did,
It's like
support
Mike. He
sexism.
says, Mike? What if I had a dream that Prabhupada came to? What if he didn't have that dream? I did.
He had the dream. He had the dream. Do you hear that? Is that the funniest thing you've ever heard in your life? He says, I had a dream. He's Martin Luther King now. He's Martin Luther King.
He doesn't do that. He's a reasonable person.
Hey, look, we got some freaks
he
in
did.
here.
But he didn't.
You know the reason
He
of-
didn't. He didn't.
But
See?
he did.
He
did
didn't do
support
that.
rape.
So
He did
don't. What if
support-
he did?
did
That's the
support
thing.
pedophilia.
It's like
He did,
Mike. It's like
support
Mike. He
sexism.
says, like Mike. What if I had a dream that Prabhupada came to? What if he did?
See, to him, it's a joke. If I had a dream, it's a joke. Oh, what if I had a dream? But he has a dream. To him, it's real. It's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. I just love it. I love it when he says, I had a dream, but I had a dream. But I had a dream.
The reason
He
of-
didn't. He didn't.
But he,
See?
did.
He didn't do that.
right?
So don't. What if he did?
I had
That's the thing. It's like Mike. It's like Mike. He says, like Mike. What if I had a dream that Prabhupada came to? What if he didn't have that dream? I did.
Well, he could have had it. Who knows? Maybe he had a dream.
I had that dream, and
Maybe
it
you also.
worked. People are getting people in
Maybe I'll
their
have a dream.
reality. There are many people. Have,
He had a dream. He had a dream, man. He had one of dream. Yeah, we got a couple of these freaks in here. We have a couple of these people that think that pedophilia is okay. They think child marriage is okay. Yeah, I know. I know. She coming to get deprogrammed. See, I think this Andromeda is the one that sent me the email saying, "Hey, the bells are going off. I realize that this guy's a freak, and you're absolutely right. Keep doing the good work." I think that was Andromeda that sent. I think that was you, huh? Because you're the only one that keeps coming in here. It was either you or that Haridas guy. Life is a joke. These these characters are dangerous because they're brainwashed. They're absolutely brainwashed. They're in a cult. When you see people talk, I'm going to show you some more videos about cults. Oh, are you telling me what to do? Come on. Oh yeah, I see the face. Yeah, actually, I'll be smoking when the show's over. So what is this with the Christianity? Christianity is not a cult, buddy. Yeah, Christianity is a religion, so it's almost a cult. You got you check off a bunch of boxes, but you're not all of them. But you're on your way. You could be a cult. See, if you start following someone like David Koresh, then it's a cult. Or you start following somebody like Jim Jones, then it's a cult. You gonna tell me Jim Jones is not a cult? You're gonna tell me that David Koresh, Waco, is not a cult? Or maybe it was you. Maybe it was you. Maybe you're the one that sent me the email. Maybe maybe it was you that sent me the email. Maybe you're coming to your senses. Because you guys come in here to get deprogrammed. And that's good. That's all right. Hotfoot's here. Yeah, Hotfoot's here. Hotfoot's here, and the other freak is here. I also had a dream that Narayan Maharaj accepted me as a disciple, and that didn't mean anything. Well, none of it means anything. These people are deluded. Hey, look, it's Hotfoot. Yeah, it's Hotfoot. They come to get deprogrammed because they know. Yeah, I told you that if you come in, it says right in the description of my video that if you preach or glorify your guru, you're going to get banned. That's it. You don't come in here and glorify this dreaming piece of shit. How dare you? How dare you come in here and glorify this piece of shit? This pedophile, friggin' child marriage endorsing. He probably wants a child wife himself. If he can't say that child wives are bad, then he probably wants one. Otherwise, why wouldn't he say that it's wrong? If he can't say that it's wrong, then he probably wants one. That's all I can say. But if you're gonna keep glorifying this piece of shit, yeah, I'm not letting you in. That's it. Bye. Bye. Okay, so now we watched him crying about having a dream. I had a dream, please. I had a dream. I'm really a guru. I'm a real guru. Look, I have hot lips. I'm a real guru. I have hot lips. Doesn't that make me a guru? I mean, come on. I mean, I got hot lips. I got stunning Freddy. Doesn't that make me a guru? The funniest friggin' shit I've ever seen, man. Let me tell you. Okay, so we did that one. Okay. Who's talking about OnlyFans? So you're okay. So we got a guy promoting child marriage. So you're saying that because there's OnlyFans, that you're saying I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. You're saying that because women are not married at a young age, so you're saying that because women are not married at a young age, men exploit them as women. So instead of men exploiting women at 12 years old, men should not be exploiting women when they're of age and can have OnlyFans. I don't understand what I don't. What is he saying? He's trying. I mean, I understand he's trying to say something. Yeah, he's a total fucking moron. I know. Janaki was married at age 15, long before meeting Hare Krishna. I don't know what I understand what you're saying, but I don't know what your bogus Guru Hari is taking you for a ride. Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's cringe. It's cringe. So I don't know what this means. I'm still trying to figure out what this means. You're saying that what you're saying is it's better for a woman to be married at 11 than for her to not get married and end up doing OnlyFans. That's what you're saying. You're saying it's better for a woman to get married at 11 than to grow up and decide for herself if she wants to have an OnlyFans account. Is that what you're saying? Because I think that's what you're trying to say. That's what you're saying. You're saying Haridas Yogi is saying it's better to marry a little girl at 11 years old than to let her grow up and decide for herself what she wants to do. That's what it is. That's what, yeah, I figured it out. I deciphered it from moron into English. I deciphered it from pedophile into English. If your dream compels you to overstep another's free will, discern its source, for not everything that stirs the heart is from God, and some voices echo from the deceiver. Yeah, I mean, even Chat GPT has more sense. Right, yeah, that's what I thought. Haridas say if they marry little girls off at 11, then she won't do OnlyFans. Yeah, if we exploit them at 11, then they won't. Hey, you missed it. You missed it, buddy. I already showed it and you were gone. You missed it, buddy. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about this guy. He wants to promote child marriage. He actually wants to promote child marriage. He thinks it's okay. They think it's okay. They think it's, and if that's not brainwashing, I don't know what is. I mean, if you're brainwashing people to not only, they think they're loving God, but then they're endorsing pedophilia and child marriage. How does that work? Yeah, I wanted to love God. I wasn't looking for a child wife. I mean, what is that? I mean, I don't know. But I mean, I can't get this video to play. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Wait, I'm only getting these comments. Janaki is wealthy, Lalita is not. Both were widows and vulnerable. Yeah, and what does Knitting Cold Lady say? We're about to watch Knitting Cold Lady. What did she say? When you have two things going on in your life, that's when the predators show up. It doesn't matter if it's education, whatever. It's just, yeah. If you keep preaching, I'm gonna have to ban you. We don't preach in here. I can't make an exception for you, man. I want to, but I can't. I know. Like, bro, love God, but what do pedos like Prabhupada have to do with God? Now I showed the part where he said Mike didn't have a dream, but I had a dream. I love that part. In fact, I'm gonna clip that. So I can play it, and I can.
I can dance. Boom, 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 boom. You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, boom, boom. Yay!
I had a dream. Damn it! I had a dream. It's so funny. It's crazy. Okay, so I want to get to that, but where's? Okay, so a lot of people like this guy, Light Rays, or other trolls that come in here, have a lucid dream. It's freaking so stupid. It's so stupid. Nowhere in Prabhupada's books does it say that he'll come to you in a dream and make you a guru in a dream. I still say, when did you get an order from Prabhupada to become a guru? And he says, I had a dream. Well, that doesn't count, because Prabhupada never says, I'll come to you in a dream. Prabhupada doesn't say, I'll come to you in a dream. So, let's try again. Let's try again, man. You failed that one.
And why I come for AA as a cult. Something which steppers agree with, by the way, whenever they want to laugh about it. But it turns out cults actually aren't a joke. And I come for AA because, like any cult, it causes harm. This is the foreword.
Cults are not a joke. They cause harm. We laugh and joke about this Haridas and Lalita and Janaki and Stunning Freddy and whatever, but they're being harmed. They're being harmed. They're too stupid to know it, but they're being harmed. And one day they will wake up, and they're going to realize that this guy's full of shit. I'm sorry, but they are.
Of this book. 12-Step Horror Stories tells tales of unmitigated horror, and all of them occur in 12-step support groups or in treatment based on the 12-step of Alcoholics Anonymous. These stories cover a wide range of horrors. There is abuse by alcoholism counselors, many mentally ill themselves. There are therapists who refer people to AA purely because they themselves are alcoholics and can see no other way of dealing with alcohol problems. They are either incapable of discerning that their patients are having intensely negative reactions to AA, or simply can't deal with these reactions, including emotional breakdowns, relapses, and ultimately, in some cases, becoming unalive. There are AA members who exploit newcomers, both physically and schmexually. There are grape victims told to look for their part and even to make amends to their grapists. There are treatment center counselors who recommend jail for coerced clients who, even though no longer drug users, resist 12-step treatment. There are AA members who unalive after taking medical advice from their sponsors or other AA members. There are others who are driven to self-delete because by the cruel treatment they received in 12-step groups. And there are untreated emotional needs, both of the victims of AA groups and 12-step treatment centers, and of the aggressors in these groups. One comes away from these stories with the feeling that one has had a glimpse into hell, and there's a lot of exploited labor, which maybe the people writing this don't realize, but I will be pointing out. We can imagine AA advocates and members, indeed a whole treatment system based on the beliefs of AA, questioning Rebecca Franzway's work here, and indeed she will be attacked, has already been attacked for her efforts, as have I. We can imagine AA advocates and members indeed. Whoops. So why tell such stories? Those who tell their stories in these pages reply, because the stories are true. Others add, why are we asked to accept at face value all the sugar-coated tales told by AA devotees and longtime members? Why is their reality better than ours? And I like to say that the bad stories are just as good as just as important as the good stories. And my channel will always be a place for them. Still, others simply want to get their stories off their chests. By doing so, they break their feelings of isolation and perhaps help others with similar tales who are still isolated. The diversity of voices in this collection of stories is remarkable, yet the stories paint a consistent picture that underlines their veracity. Themes. All cults are the same, so you can recognize the themes. We'll be pointing those out as well.
So I've never been in Alcoholics Anonymous. I've never been in AA. I'm gonna talk about all I know about Alcoholics Anonymous is I had a friend, an ex-girlfriend of mine, a long time ago, before I was a Hare Krishna, and then I became a Hare Krishna, and then a few years I was into Hare Krishna for a few years. I mean, I was into it, and then she contacted me, and she's like, "Hey, I'm in AA, and I need to make amends with you. We need to get, can we get together, and I need to apologize for the bad stuff I did." And I was like, and I felt kind of weird about it. I felt weird about it. And I said, okay. So she came, and she went right by the LA Temple on Watsika. We met, and we had like lunch at this, at the little Indian restaurant. Not the temple restaurant, but a restaurant near the temple. And so we sat down, and we were, and she started in with this AA thing, and I didn't like it. It didn't sound healthy to me. And she's telling me that she's like at step whatever, and that's make amends, and she's got so many chips, and she had this whole thing. And then it came down to where like she had to apologize to me, and it was like, and I can see why crime victims sometimes, not that it was a crime, it wasn't a crime, but I can understand like why victims of a crime, they don't necessarily want to relive that. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to relive that stuff. I can understand. I was like, she was telling me about stuff. She was apologizing to me for stuff that she did to me when we were together. Some stuff I didn't know about. Stuff that she did behind my back. Stuff that I did know about. Just all kinds of stuff. And it was disturbing for me. It was disturbing for me to sit there while she was going through that to me. Like cuz I didn't need it. I wasn't requiring this of her. I didn't say, "Hey, you need to apologize to me. And you need to like humiliate yourself and do all, like I didn't like sitting there having her kind of not grovel, but it was just a weird situation, and I didn't like it. I mean, it made me feel uncomfortable, and I was like, okay, finally I was like, oh, these people, man. I hear that there are AA groups that apply Prabhupada's teachings. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about that, but it bothered me. It bothered me to have to sit there and listen to her do this whole guilt thing, apologize thing, because of this AA, because of this cult thing, and it just shows you that all cults are the same. And these people in these cults, they just don't know how to act. They just don't know how to act. They don't know how to be a normal human being. They're so caught up in their cult and their so-called Vedic culture and their so-called spiritual platform. They think they're so spiritual and they're loving God. But when they come in and they interact with a non-devotee or somebody who's not, they don't know how to act. They don't have any manners. They don't know how to be polite. They don't know how to do any of that. They want to victim shame, victim blame, ridicule victims, humiliate victims. That's their whole point. And yet they want to call themselves holy people, holy men, holy this, holy that. I have a guru, my Guru Maharaj. He gives me love of God. Meanwhile, I don't know how to act. My Guru Maharaj is giving me love of God, but I don't know how to act in a social setting. I don't know how to not bring up someone's trauma and humiliate them and be rude to them. That I don't know how to do. But I call myself spiritual, and I call myself, I have Krishna Prem, and I have, I'm Rupa Nuga. I'm going to Rupa Nuga out and all of this stuff. But I don't know how to be a normal person with feelings, empathy, sympathy, anything like that. Feelings, have compassion. They don't know how to do that. That they can't do. They just can't. They just can't do it. And I'll tell you why. Because they're following a fake fraud guru. They're all fake fraud gurus. There ain't no real guru. And I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, anybody out there that thinks that they have a guru and the guru is real. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Now, you may have someone who's teaching you something and teaching you and helping you along on this. That's fine. But he ain't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. Absolutely. 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 And I found this. This is not that old. Many AA people get court ordered to join for 6 months instead of jail. It's sad. Can you imagine being sentenced to 6 months in the ashram? I sentence you to 6 months on what? Sika. I'd be like, no, give me death. I'll take the lethal injection. Okay? I'll take the lethal injection. But the reason these people, they don't know how to act, they don't know how to be real people, they don't have to have sympathy, empathy, compassion, and manners. They don't know how to act in a social setting. They don't know how to do that. Because they're pedophiles, and they're protecting a pedophile. And they're worshiping pedophiles. And because of that, this is what you get. This is what you get.
Who she knew was very much in, the spiritual scene, and this man told her that he can heal her if she has sex with him. And unfortunately, that wasn't the last time I actually heard a story like that, and this happens so much. You would be so surprised to see how many people in this space, or people who they have their spiritual awakenings, they wake up to the magic of life. How many people in this space are actually just in on it because they want more status, they want more power, they want more money, they want more, recognition, etc. All of these different egotistical desires. It's almost like, yeah, they're awakening, they can see all this knowledge, they can gain all this knowledge, but really, did they have an awakening, or was their ego the one that had the awakening? To put it into perspective, let me tell you one of the stories that actually happened to me. I'm not gonna cover who this guy was. He has a big following, like around 240,000 followers on Instagram. He went viral for talking about the heart's electromagnetic field and all this stuff, but I'm not gonna say his name just because I don't want a lawsuit. Let me tell you about this dude. This guy had something with my friend, and my friend was like, oh, he does content as well, just like you, so we should all meet up. So I was like, okay, cool. We went to meet up at this restaurant, and it was just the three of us, right? Him, my friend, and me. He was 30 minutes late, and when he arrived, this whole time this man was on his phone.
For the first time, really, I've got to the core of the core of the
another scam. This is another
these
scam.
Imprints which have been.
Okay, I was sitting in front of him, I was asking him questions, trying to make conversations, and he literally did not care about talking to me. He was just super cocky. So when my friend actually told him, hey, Ira actually does social media as well, suddenly his phone is down and he's looking at me, he's like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, I talk about awareness, consciousness. And he's like, oh, okay. And he looks me up in front of him, and he's like, you have really good engagement. And I'm like, yeah. So I started telling him about my work. So suddenly he's telling me about his company, right? About his business. And he's like, oh, I have such amazing sales reps. They can close any deal. It would be really awesome if you become a coach to my company. And to be honest, I wasn't even interested because this dude's energy was just already not it. But I replied, thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity, but I'm not trying to get into any type of association right now. And this man looked me straight in the eyes and he said, well, people in the spiritual community don't really pay money, so you will most likely be left in the dust if you don't work with me. And by the way, being left in the dust, it's just something that tells you, yeah, you're gonna be left behind, like you're not gonna amount to anything.
That's what all of these gurus say. That if you're not following me, or you're not worshiping me, or you're not into this Krishna consciousness, whatever, you got no life, you got no future, you got no nothing. You got nothing at all. There's a step 13. Yeah, if they make it to the 12th step, that 13 step's a doozy. Watch out with that 13th step. That's a doozy. That one's a doozy. The ultimate physiotherapy. Yeah, you know, I was watching this girl talking about these scammer gurus, and I immediately I went to this guy.
I'm just a dreamer, but you are just a dream.
Because that's how I'm going to tell you the truth. Most of them are dreaming that they're gurus. They're dreaming. This guy is let's do let's do this. All right, here we go. We got this guy.
It seems like it would be like a monumental task.
Well, how do they say, with a wing and a prayer? Yeah, well, I can honestly say, and I even have evidence of it, that before Prabhupada left, I had never once in my life thought of becoming a guru. And I just got a letter in the mail saying, you know, Prabhupada has departed, so now you're going to be a guru. And I actually tried, did everything in my power.
He's lying. He's lying, but okay, go ahead.
Not to be a guru.
It's like the clearinghouse sweepstakes. You won.
Right. Yeah, the sort of reverse. In fact, I know when I got back to New York, Brooklyn Temple, after the GBC meeting of 1978, where we were officially, by the GBC, with the power that Prabhupada gave them, established as gurus, I went to the room of a...
Hey, wait, how did he become guru? How did that happen? Wait a minute, what was that?
Clearinghouse sweepstakes. You won.
Wait a minute, what?
Right. Yeah, the sort of reverse. In fact,
How does he become guru?
I know when I got back to New York, Brooklyn Temple, after the GBC meeting of 1978, where we were officially, by the GBC, with the power that Prabhupada gave them, established as gurus.
Wait. So the GBC made him a guru? I thought he said he was made a guru by Prabhupada. So Prabhupada didn't make him a guru? The GBC, he's saying that the GBC made him a guru? When did Prabhupada say that the GBC could make gurus? Where is that? Where is that? Where in any of Prabhupada's books, writings, teachings, lectures, does he say that when I'm gone, the GBC will appoint gurus? Where does Prabhupada say that?
I went to the room of a godbrother, very, very well-known godbrother, and I said, I don't really want to do this. And he was preaching to me that you have to do it.
Oh, so he didn't want to be a guru, just like he had to become a guru, just like Prabhupada had to marry that 11-year-old wife. Prabhupada had to marry that 11-year-old. He couldn't say no. And Hridayananda, he didn't want to be a guru, but he had to. It was forced. It was forced upon him. He had no choice in the matter.
And I called up the leaders in Latin America, which is my responsibility. And I told them, maybe I could wait a year or two. Maybe I could chant like 300 rounds a day, and maybe, something will happen and I'll become more qualified. And they started, insisting that if you don't do this, that, Latin America is going to be ruined because of Gaudiya Ma through some of their...
He's just as full of shit as the dreamer. He's dreaming he's a guru too. This guy's a dreamer too. He's a dreamer just like, he's a dreamer too.
I am just a dreamer, but you are just a dream.
No one ever appointed him guru. His guru didn't appoint him guru. He just said the GBC made him a guru. And he didn't want to be a guru, but the GBC made him a guru. And Dream told me I was a guru. They're all dreaming. They're all dreaming. Fake guru. I got my fake guru certificate. The GBC that has no authority to appoint gurus appointed me guru against my will. I didn't even want to do it. I didn't even want it. I didn't even want it. I didn't even want to be a guru, but I had to. They made me. They made me do it.
Former Prabhupada followers, representatives were attacking. And then Balavanta, who was the GBC then of the Southeastern Zone, which was Houston, New Orleans, Atlanta, Gainesville, and Miami, he asked me to be the guru in his zone. So I started in Houston, and I walked into the temple room, and they had this big throne for me. And I said to the temple president, I don't think so.
I don't believe anything these guys say. He's full of shit. I don't believe a word he says. First of all, the GBC had no power. You do not appoint a real spiritual man. They arise by the will of God, being empowered by spiritual body. Well, that's not what it says in Prabhupada's books, you piece of shit. You're a dreamer. We got Dreamer Pod in here.
I am just a dreamer.
I'm gonna have to teach. I gotta teach Dreamer Pod now. I gotta be his guru and teach him what Prabhupada says, because he's preaching from Prabhupada's books, but he doesn't know what Prabhupada says in his books. So I gotta teach him now. I gotta be his guru. I gotta be his fucking guru, because he's too stupid. He's too stupid to know what he's talking about. Let me see. He thinks that anybody, according to Dreamer Pod, you can just dream yourself a guru. You can just dream into becoming a guru. You're a piece of shit. You're a pedophile piece of shit. That's what you are. And you don't even know what a guru is. You don't know what a guru is, and you're cheating and you're scamming people in the name of God. And that's disgusting. And you're a disgusting piece of shit. You're a disgusting piece of shit. I don't know what else to say. And if you keep commenting, I'm going to ban you, because I don't like pedophiles. I don't like pedophiles in my channel. I don't like pedophiles. And since you can't say that child marriage is wrong, you're unable to say that child marriage is wrong, you're a pedophile. I can't do it. Books called Map and Lucia, complete with a fake guru sent to a small village to deceive. Highly recommended. Yeah, Dreamer Pod could Dreamer Pod could learn from that. No, you're too stupid to learn anything. I've been trying to teach you for months, and you're too stupid. You don't have a fucking brain in your head. Go dream something. Why don't you go dream something? Go dream this.
I can dance. Boo, 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 You sing it with me. And
Go
then you'll know. Boo, boo, boo,
go
yes.
go laugh and cry. Go laugh and cry, you piece of shit. Okay, I will just watch. Okay, you just watch then. Good for you. Good for you. Prabhupada says in the Bhagavad Gita, one can become guru when he is ordered by his guru. That is all. So you need to learn that. You need to learn that. And since you don't have a guru and you were never ordered by your guru, you can't be a guru, according to Prabhupada. So you just see right here, you should know that one can become guru when he is ordered by his guru. Okay, I'll read it again to you. I'll read it again to you. You should be curious within your limit. You should know that one can become guru when he is ordered by his guru. Okay? You don't become guru because you have a dream. You don't become a guru because you have a wet dream about Prabhupada. Okay? Okay? You don't have a wet dream about Prabhupada and then think of yourself as a guru. That's a scammer. So you're just a scammer and you're a pedophile. So you can either fuck off or you can stay. I don't care. But that's what you are. Because you think you're a dreamer. You're a dreamer. This is you.
All right.
No, Prabhupada doesn't say, no, he doesn't say that he's going to order anybody in a dream. See, Prabhupada doesn't say that you can become a guru when I come to you in a dream. Where does he say that? I don't see, I'm going to read down. Where does it say dream? Let me see dream. You know what? Let me type in dream in the Vedabase. Let me type in dream in the Vedabase and see where Prabhupada says that you can become a guru by dreaming. Oh, let's see. Dream. I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer pod. I'm a dreamer pod. Oh, so here Prabhupada says in a morning walk, he says, if my dream is wrong, why your dream should be right? That they did not conceive of. Just my dream is right. And if you say, here, I'll show you the conversation, you piece of shit. No, you keep quiet. You keep quiet. You're learning now. You're learning. Because you're too stupid to say anything. Okay? You're too stupid to say anything. You're too stupid to say anything. We don't want to hear you're stupid. We don't want to hear anything you have to say because you're stupid. Okay? Prabhupada says right here, that is their defect. If my dream is wrong, why your dream should be right? That they did not conceive of just my dream is right. And if you say that your dream is also wrong, yes, I do not dream. I take the facts from the authority. We do not dream. Dream is dream. Either yours or mine. It doesn't matter. Okay? Okay? You think you know. You think you know so much. But you don't. You don't. You'll never know as much as me. You'll never know as much as me. You can recite all your Chaitanya Lila and your Rupa Nuga and all this crap, but you'll never know as much as me. You just won't. You're too stupid. You're too stupid. You're stupid, just like Harvard dumbass Goswami. It's like you're as dumb as Harvard dumbass Goswami. You're no different than this piece of shit.
I was still a registered.
Except he went to Harvard, and you're just a piece of shit.
So
At least he went to
I
Harvard,
wrote
but
to
you're just a
Prabhupada
regular
asking
piece
him
of shit.
whether I should stay in school and finish my degree, or just drop out.
You think you're smarter than him? You think you're smarter than him? You think you're smarter than Yashoda? You think you're smarter than me? That's a fucking joke. That's a fucking joke. That's a fucking joke. Okay, let's see. Where's the next one? Is teaching a cult. All right. So Gorhari, is he's still here? Now's a chance for him to learn about cults because he's too dumb. He's too dumb to realize that he's in a cult. He's too dumb to realize he's in a cult, and he's too dumb to realize that he's a dumb cult leader. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to educate people like him and anybody else there that wants to learn about cults. No, you're not. You're not. You're not at all. That's the first honest thing you've said. That's the first honest thing you've said. I got to commend you on that. It's the first honest thing you've said. Now you're coming around. You're coming around. You're going to start learning something. See? Now you're starting to learn something. And you watch this video, maybe you'll learn something else. I doubt it, but maybe.
Okay, so this question is, would you describe American education as a type of cult? I'm a teacher and I love what I do, but I feel like sometimes the system exploits teachers and students, working outside paid hours, social pressure. It says stuff like no drinking, not wearing revealing outfits. So here's the thing. Teaching cannot be a cult, right? Because a cult has to be a group. Teaching is a discipline. However, teaching is compared the most by far to the stuff that I talk about with cults, which tells me that there is a lot of coercive control in the way that we do education. And I think this is both for...
You're not smart enough to learn from the knitting cult lady. See, she also went to Harvard, something that you never did. She went to Harvard. She's got a doctorate in psychology. She knows more about cults than you'll ever know. She knows more about you than you know about yourself. And that's a really sad thing. That's a really sad thing that you could be that deluded.
The teachers and for the students, right? So there's a thing called a total institution, which is when like-situated people are removed from the greater world and live and work together and operate with some sort of formal overlay, right? Examples of total institutions are cults, military barracks, prisons, mental institutions. And I think...
You see, dumbass, how she actually knows something? How she's actually has an education, she's actually learning. Yeah, you see, you understand? You got to shut up to listen and learn. You got to shut up to learn something. Here, this is for you, buddy.
I'm just a dreamer, but you are just a dream.
You're a dreamer, dude. You're a dreamer.
That teaching, both in grade school, high school, and college, all have elements of total institution, of being removed from the world during the day, right? From interaction with other adults that aren't involved in education, and you're holed up in a school all day long. So I think it's a very interesting thing to realize when we talk about teaching in the United States, that the Puritans, who were not like out looking for freedom, they were kicked out of Europe for being religious extremists who wanted to burn women. And they invented universal education so that they could indoctrinate the children, better indoctrinate the children, right? And education in America remains a thing that is intended to turn children into nice little factory workers, right? Show up, everything is done by rote and by what is called batch living, right? All the children doing the same thing all of the time. There's no uniqueness, there's no kind of like developing of your individual talents necessarily.
So you see how you see what an education can do for someone? You can actually learn stuff. Unlike you, who spends your time giggling and crying, going, Gora, 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 oh, Radha, 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 Radha. And you waste your time doing that, teaching other people to be stupid and do that, and waste their time. Meanwhile, they're calling you Guru Dev and Maharaj, thinking that you're giving them some kind of Krishna Prem or some other bullshit that you think you are. See, if you stop doing that, you can actually learn something. You can actually learn about life. You can learn about cults. You can learn that you've been in a cult for the last 45 years. 45, 50 years you've been in a fucking cult. But you're too stupid. You're too stupid to learn that. You're just too stupid. Yeah, I know. It's great. And you learn so much about dickheads like this from her book. She's been studying dickheads like this. Oh, these people. These people. Well, everybody that watches my videos is laughing at you. Everybody like, I get like about 300 views a night, so I get about 300 people. 300 people are laughing the fuck at you. They're laughing their asses off at you, and Hot Lips, and Stunning Freddy, and all of your friggin' nuts. All of your friggin' nuts. What a joke. What a joke. All right, so, hey, maybe one of your people sent this in. I don't know. I think maybe, because your people are sending me stuff now. It's pretty funny that your people that go into your group are sending me video clips. Why do you think that is? Why do you think your people are reaching out to me and telling me what a nut job you are? Answer that question. Answer that question. Why are your people sending me videos about you? Tell me that.
Identity Foundation is a Hawaii-based new religious movement or high-demand closed group, also known as a cult. This is Rate My Cult, after all. They branched off from the Hare Krishnas in the 1970s when their leader, Chris Butler, sometimes Chris with a C.
See, there's another one. This is Dreamer wishes he was this guy. Dreamer Pod wishes that he was Chris Butler. He wishes.
I am just a dreamer, but you are just a dream.
You wish you were this guy. You wish you were Chris Butler. He dreams of being Chris Butler. He wants to be Siddha Sarupananda so bad. He wants to be Siddha Sarupananda. He wants to be somebody so bad.
Sometimes with a K, also known as Jagat Guru, also known as Srili Prabhupada, also known as Siddhaswarupananda, formerly known as Sai Young, decided to make yoga accessible to the modern person.
That's you. That's you, Dreamer. You're no different than this guy. You're no different than this guy. You're the same. Because you're the same. Because you're him. Because you are him. You are him. You're him, dude. You're him.
To you and me. What a noble task. Now, their most famous member is former Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard, but this video is not about Tulsi Gabbard. Just luckily for us onlookers, Tulsi Gabbard has brought attention to the Science of Identity Foundation, or else they might be overlooked. Yes, Tulsi.
Hey, look, the self-awareness is non-present. He's got a big ego. You know, you're sitting there. I watch you while your people go around and call you Guru Dave, and they tell you how much they love you. They tell you how you've given them God and this and that, and you sit there and you smile and you laugh and you eat it up. But you don't have a big ego, right? You don't have a big ego. No, not at all. You sit there.
Is still a member, so we'll speak of her in the role that she plays, but this is not an expose on Tulsi Gabbard. Don't get it twisted. I don't even judge Tulsi Gabbard for worshiping a guru. It might seem strange to a lot of you, but I have a guru, and I have for many years now. He has helped me gain new insights into spirituality and understanding. Many of you know my guru. His name is Direct Currents. Direct Currents is the truth. Direct Currents is the way. So I would never judge Tulsi Gabbard for that. This is a Rate My Cult, where we rate cults, not their members, especially not Tulsi Gabbard, who was basically born into the group. All of her family, including her husband, and many of her friends are in the group. Yes, she's heavily involved, but her real crime is loyalty. I don't dislike Tulsi Gabbard. This is a video exposing the Science of Identity Foundation, of which she is a member. Big difference. Big difference. The information in this video comes from the following sources: the Science of Identity Foundation YouTube and website, firsthand.
So we actually have, so this guy is the same, he's just like Chris Butler, this dreamer pod. He's no different. He wishes he was Siddha Sarupananda. But he can't be because he's just a dreamer. Siddha Sarupananda actually was a disciple of Prabhupada, unlike Dreamer Pod. Dreamer Pod just dreams that he's a disciple of Prabhupada, while Chris Butler was a disciple of Prabhupada. That's the difference. He told everyone that he teaches what Jesus didn't teach. We have a very special scammer in here. We have a guy who is a super white Hindu Jesus. He not only does he teach Chaitanya Leela better than anybody, he can teach about the Virgin Mary and all of that. Yeah, you're a dreamer pod. Yeah, that's you. You're a dreamer pod.
I am just a dreamer, but you are just a dream.
I can call you Dreamer Pod, or I can call you Pundraka. Because if you want to call me Sissipal because you want to cut my head off, I can call you Pundraka. The fake Vishnu. The fake Vishnu. But I like Dreamer Pod better. I like Dreamer Pod. I like Big Piece of Shit, a pedophile motherfucker, child marriage predator ass. All those names fit. They all fit you. They all fit you just fine. I know, I like it too. I like it. You know which name I like the most is Big Piece of Shit, pedophile motherfucker, asswipe. I think that's the best one. I'm going to call you that. And now it's time for... Oh, we didn't even do that, but let's do this one. All right, let's see what we got in the mailbag. Let's see if any Dreamer Pod people has sent anything in. I think the Dreamer Podcast. He's a Dreamer Pod. He's a Dreamer Pod for sure. So let's see. Hey, here's somebody that you couldn't be. Here's another one. This is here's another. Here's someone that you wish you were. You wish you were this guy.
Yes.
Radhe
Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Often takes a minute for people to come in.
That's right.
Okay. So, shall we?
Let's.
Welcome to Jai Shree's Originals.
Jai Shree is definitely an original.
No, you're an original.
Very original.
I have a very, very, very special guest with me here tonight, Rasikananda Swami Maharaji Ki.
This is another fake guru.
Jai Shri.
He's a fake guru, but at least he can cosplay. Dreamer Pod can't even cosplay. A Dreamer Pod can't even dress up and act like a devotee. He just dreams. He just dreams that he can wear a dhoti and a kurta and neck beads, and he dreams. He dreams he could do this. Again, he's just dreaming. He dreams that he could be a real devotee, but since he can't be a real devotee, he'll just be a Dreamer Pod. But here's a real devotee scamming people.
Haribol.
Haribol.
So Jai Shree's Originals is a podcast. It's a conversation with servants of the sacred calling.
Yes.
And it's for soulful creators and awakened healers, those who are growing into leadership in their own community. And it's a mandali. It's a sacred haven for growth and connection. a refuge, if you will, to nurture your inner glow.
Oh, these people. I cosplay in Palooza. I know. I'm Squirrely Pod. Squirrely Pod. I'm Funny Pod. I'm Funny Pod. Cosplaying Palooza, man. I know. It's fucking so ridiculous. And the Dreamer can't even do that. I'm Maharaj of Delusion. I know. They all are. They're all deluded. They're all deluded. And the more they dress up, the more deluded they are. The more deluded they are. Let's see. What else have we got? What's Dreamer? Dreamer Pod's quiet. He ain't saying much. Because he's just a dreamer. He's just a dreamer. I am just a dreamer. He says he's just a dreamer. He doesn't know how to act with real devotees because he's a dreamer. We're all real devotees and he's just a dreamer. He just dreams he's a devotee, but we're all real devotees. That's so funny. Here he is, Maharaj of Delusion. There he is.
We're going to talk about Lord Shiva, how he becomes Gopishwar Mahadev, and how it's possible for, following in the footsteps of Gopishwar Mahadev, for someone in a male body to aspire to attain the form of a gopi. And we take that lesson from him. All right?
He's saying that we got to worship. Yeah, I'd rather you didn't say anything because you're too stupid. So yeah, but you're right. Just shut up. So basically, this is he says how to become a gopi by following Lord Shiva when he transgendered into a woman.
We had a class where we told so many stories of Lord Shiva. We were in New York City, and probably we told about 10 stories of Lord Shiva, how we can learn from him. Maybe I'll recap for a little bit as everyone's joining. All right.
You know what? Maybe you should just shut up because no one really cares what you have to say. No one really cares what you have to say. I definitely don't care what you have to say. You never say anything. You never say anything worthwhile. All you want to do is defend pedophiles. You can't. If a man cannot say that a little girl wife is wrong, then there's something wrong with that man. There's just something wrong with that man. If a grown man cannot say that an 11-year-old, 12-year-old girl should not be married to a grown 22-year-old man, especially a holy man, then there's just something wrong with you. There's just something wrong with you. There's just something fucking wrong with you. And I ain't gonna pull any punches, man. There's something fucking wrong with you. I know he does. He needs to dream about it. Maybe he can dream. Why don't you dream about it?
I am just a dreamer, but you are just a dream.
Yeah, I don't know anything about those cults. I don't know anything about those cults. Yeah, it looks like he's got something going on. Like he's got, he's got like a production. He's got a whole production thing going on. He's got.
You can tell me as people join, okay, Tirtha Prabhu? I'm here with my trusted assistant, Tirtha Prabhu, and Jai. So we're doing our Monday, bi-weekly Monday Zoom. So Dandavats, Namras Prabhu, and everyone as you join. I'll recap for a little bit, and then we're going to tell the story.
See, all I can think about, since we have this dreamer pod in here, all I can think about is how he can't even do this. He can't be a real devotee. He can't be a real devotee. He has to just dream. And it's so sad. It's so sad that like he couldn't make it. He couldn't make it as a real devotee. He just couldn't. He has to just instead of just being a real devotee and chanting and doing what he's supposed to be doing, he's got to just make up this bullshit and then dream and and make up stories about dreams and pretend he's a guru. And he just, that to me is just really sad. Yeah, turbans when they get old, when they you got a turban when it gets a little faded. Hey, you got copins. You got copins. You got shit for brains. What do you want? You know what I mean? It was too funny. Yeah, really. So yeah, the biweekly Zoom. Go in there and tell him that Gorahari is the real deal and that he's not, and that he really needs to surrender to Gorahari. That's what he needs to do. Oh man. Go in there and tell him he needs to surrender to Gorahari. That Gorahari is the real deal. That Gorahari had a dream. Go tell Rasikananda, because I know that Rasikananda knows who Gorahari is. Go tell Rasikananda that Gorahari says, no, you don't need to do all that. That you can just have a dream, and then you can become a guru by dreaming. You just dream. Yeah, just dream. Why do all that other stuff? And then if you have the right dream, hell, you can just go right into Rupanuga. You don't have to do Vaidhi, Bhag. You don't have to do any of that. Just jump right into the Rupanuga, do some Bhatta Gopal, do some Raghunath Bhatta, do a little Sanatana, do a little, do all 6 Goswamis if you want. Rupanuga, you just do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that. Man. You're going to do some Rupanuga, man, and then we're going to cry, and we're going to laugh, we're going to giggle, and we're going to cry, and then you guys can all tell me how great I am. And you can call me Gorahari Das, Srila Gorahari Das. You can tell everybody how I give you love of God and how I'm just like God and that you worship me like God. And then when we're done, you guys can all go online and you can sing songs about me. You can sing songs about Srila Gorahari Das is my love. And you can do all of that. Man, doesn't that sound like a plan? Doesn't that sound like a plan?
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
And then he wants to come in here and try to make fun of me. It's so funny. I know, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. And this is the real world, too. We're not even making this up. We're not even making anything up. This is the real world. Let me see.
Lakshmi, Hari Bolo.
Oh.
So tell us, what did you do today?
I went to distribute books in Santa Cruz and also go to Bhagavat Maharaj's program.
What did you distribute?
We distributed the Bhakti Rasayana. We also distributed books in Spanish.
Nice.
The Book of Love, and also the Secretos del Ser Desconocido.
Awesome. What was the highlight in your experience today?
The highlight today was seeing Bhagavat Maharaj.
Nice, nice.
Oh, there's your happy little cult members. Happy little cult members out being exploited for their labor. Out there spreading the books of their Guru Maharaj for free. Dreaming their life away. Oh, this guy, I know. Well, it's such a joke. Man. And to think that these people, as goofy as they are, as misguided as they are, as foolish as they are, as scammers as they are, as all of that, they're still more advanced than this guy, because at least they got a guru. They got a real guru. They're actually initiated. They're actually following what they're being told to follow. Where this guy just dreams. He just dreams something. He dreams something, and then he decides that that's real. He decides it's gonna be real. What a fucking joke. Okay, so we got rid of that one. And this one, let's see what else we got. in the old mailbag here. I know, fake me the show. Yeah, I know. It's such a. It's sad. It's so sad to see people wasting their lives away. Let's see. Let's see. Here's another one.
I'm here to talk to you about Srila Gurudev's Samadhi project. So, as you know, right now, as we speak, Srila Gurudev's Samadhi is being built. Venu Gopal Prabhu has been posting pictures on his page, and he's the one who's actually managing this phase of the project. He's paying the workers, he's paying for the materials, so he's overseeing the whole project and, taking care of this phase of the project. And also he's the
every time I see her now, she's the skinny white woman that's whitewashing the sins of the cult, the sins of this guru, the bullshit, the racism, the sexism, the exploitation, the child marriage, the pedophilia. She's there to say, hey, it's all okay because look at me, I'm in it. And I'm okay. Why would I be here if it was dangerous? Why would I be here if there was something wrong? I wouldn't be here. Yeah, hey, take it easy. See you later. Thanks for stopping by, Duke of Squirrels. Yeah, he needs to take care of his mental health. The guy's lost, man. The guy's a cult leader. Can you imagine if David Koresh or Jim Jones was in here? You think that they would say, "Oh yeah, you're right. I'm a cult leader. Gee, thanks for waking me up, Mike. Now I see the light. You're right. I'm a cult leader. Why am I David Koresh going, yeah, you're right, Mike. I'm a cult leader. I didn't see it before, but now, thanks to you, I understand that it's a cult. No, they're not. Cult leaders don't do that. Cult leaders go to Harvard and can't learn that they're in a cult. Cult leaders go to Harvard and don't understand that they're in a cult because they don't learn anything. They're too stupid. So you can't expect them to learn. You can't expect Gorahari, this friggin' dreamer pod, to learn he's in a cult. He's not. He's not going to learn it from Knitting Cult Lady. He's not going to learn it from Rick Ross. He's not going to learn it from Stephen Hassan. He's not going to learn it from me. He's not going to learn it from anyone. He's just not going to learn it. He's too stubborn and he's too stupid. Like I said, he's just too stupid. He doesn't have the brain power. He's stuck in the fairy tale world. He's stuck in the world of, Radha and Krishna are playing with the cowherd boys and the flute is playing and the gopis, and then the demons came, and then Krishna stole the gopis' clothes, and then Lord Chaitanya went and he masturbated in front of the Kazi, and then he did whatever, and whatever the fuck he wants to. That's where his head's at. That's where their head's at. They got no brain power to understand the real world. They want to live in a fantasy world. They want to live in the Renaissance fair. They want to live in the Renaissance fair where everything's make-believe. It's cuckoo's nest. It's cuckoo's nest. We're going to sit there and they're going to debate fairy tales and argue about imaginary things and give me my cigarettes and give me my who are you and my wife and that's what these guys do. They sit around like this and it's cuckoo's nest. They're going to sit there and talk about how Radha did this and Krishna. Look, they got a picture of Radha and Krishna up on the wall and a little Prabhupada statue there. What do you think they're going to talk about? They're going to talk about fairy tales. They're going to talk about fairy tales and mythology. That's it. He doesn't know anything else. That's all he knows. And Gorahari knows even less than this guy. What's he going to talk about? That's why you never hear Gorahari ever talk about, you never hear him reciting verses. You never hear him reciting any Sanskrit verses or any Bengali verses at all. Only when he's reading them out of a book. Because he's too dumb. He's too dumb to memorize them. He doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the brain power like a Hridayananda. Even though this guy's a dumbass too, but at least he went to Harvard. Something that Gaur Hari could never do. At least this guy went to Harvard. He's still dumb as fuck. I don't know. I told him to shut the fuck up. I told him to shut up. I hear his shit. First of all, I told him, I said, you're not a guru, you're a fucking dreamer, you know? And he played it off like that, like, oh, that's funny, but you know he can't take it. He's gonna be on his channel yelling, I had a dream. That Mike, that Sisu Paul, he doesn't know. His guru was Yashoda, and Yashoda was just a scholar who knew everything. You know, but I showed him. I showed him where Prabhupada says you can't be a guru unless you're ordered by your guru. And he said, no, I can be a guru because I said, no, Prabhupada doesn't say that. Prabhupada doesn't say that you can be a guru in your dreams. So shut up. And then you know, his people want to come in here and talk about my daughter. Like, you know, like, I don't know, but, you know, this is my channel. I can do whatever the fuck I want. If I want to ban you, I'll ban you. But it just shows they have no class, they have no manners, they have no empathy or sympathy, they have no compassion. They're just vile, disgusting pedophiles is what they are. Vile, disgusting pedophiles. Okay, so let me see. Let me what is, I don't know. Rafael sent this in. Let's see what this is. Oh, here we go.
Decided in my dream, I'm going to offer prayers to Krishna, and I was safe. That's what we're doing in Bhakti. We're actually in an illusion, but we're calling reality into our illusion. Sometimes we have clarity within a dream. Sometimes we're having some realization. We're learning some life lesson in a dream. That's what Bhakti Yoga is. How can I, in this world of illusion, have some sense of reality? How can I bring reality into the dream and make the dream useful? We're using the dream to...
Do you understand anything this freak said? In my dream, I'm an illusion, but in my illusion, I'm in my dream, and my dream is, I don't know what the fuck. And that's how these guys talk. That's how these idiots talk. And then like they want to say, well, if you don't understand me, well, that's because you don't have the power. You don't have the brain power. You're not surrendered. You're not chanting enough. You're not Rupanuga enough. You're not whatever. Friggin' nuts, man. Friggin' nuts. Dreaming about
Hare Krishna, dear friends and well-wishers. This is Indraduma Swami.
There they are, getting worshipped again. You know, these guys, all they do, this is basically, it says Indra Swami's Sacred Forest of Vrindavan book tour. So
hoping this message finds you in the best of health and spirits.
They gotta find, it's such a scam. It's such a scam. These guys gotta find some reason to go on a tour to raise money so they can guru palooza. So the guy writes a book about the forest of Vrindavan. Like no one's ever written a book about the forest of Vrindavan before. No, he's gonna write his book about the forest of Vrindavan, tell the same stories that's been written about 1,000,000 times, and then he's gonna go on a book tour to raise money and sell his stupid ass book. To who? To devotees. Because no one else is gonna buy this. Nobody else is gonna buy this stupid book except devotees. And that's what I was talking about before, how it's like a closed ecosystem where everybody is just doing, I'm buying his thing, he's buying mine, I'm selling that, that's this. They keep all this money in a closed ecosystem where it's the money is just going back and forth within buying devotional bullshit. That's all this is. That's all this is. It's so disgusting with him with his pedophile crap. Here's another pedophile.
Soon I will be embarking on a special tour throughout India with my latest book, The Sacred Forest of Vrindavan, Western Bank of the Jamuna. It's actually the first in a series of books on the glories of Vrindavan, compiled from my lectures throughout the years. It includes descriptions of a number of Braja's holy places and divine personalities, as well as many of the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, along with their associates.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing that's been written a million times before. There's like hundreds of books about the forest of Vrindavan, and you can read about the forest of Vrindavan in Prabhupada's books, and this is so ridiculous. It's total humility. Yeah, I mean, he's so humble. He's so humble, selling his book. He's so humble.
Srila Prabhupada writes in his Krishna book, Vrindavan is such a nice place. Flowers are always blooming, and there are even various kinds of decorated deer. Birds are chirping, peacocks are crowing and dancing, and bees are humming. The cuckoos there sing nicely in 5 kinds of tunes. In essence, this well-researched book, along with many beautiful photos of the Dham.
Call now. Operators are standing by. But wait, there's more. If you order now, not only do you get the sacred forest of Vrindavan, but you can also get a bottle of my foot wash. Yes, only 2 bottles per order though, because supplies are limited. So order now. Operators are standing by. You order my book, and you'll get 2 bottles of foot water. All you got to do is pay for the shipping. Just pay for the shipping on the foot water. The book is yours. The foot water is yours. Just pay for the extra shipping on the foot water, and you'll get the book and the foot water for free. Operators standing by. But wait, there's more.
Veritable pilgrimage to Vrindavan, the playground.
If you send now,
it can act as a guidebook.
Act now,
and or simply as a voice.
You can win a chance to go on tour with me and my little girls. You can go on tour with me and my little girls.
I can dance. You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Yay!
Yay! Oh, these people is too much. It's too much. It's too much with this guy. I can't stand this guy almost as much as I can't stand that Gaur Hari. That guy. Fuck that guy, man. Fuck that guy. Okay, where are we here? And get rid of this one. And let's see who else we got up here. Sorry, here we go. We did this one. Oh, let's see what this is. Blissful chanting. Oh, commercial. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I'd like to do. I would love to spend my time. I've only got so many hours on this planet. So you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to waste as much time as I can sitting around this guy while he does that. That's what I want to do. I just want to sit there with him and listen to him mumble while he fondles his beads. And I can sit there with him. That's how I want to waste my life. I want to waste my life doing this.
I can dance. Boo 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 boo. You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boo boo boo. Yay!
You tell me that's not a cult. Tell me that's not a cult. And this guy, he's no different than Dreamer Pod. He's no different than the Dreamer Pod. And these people sitting around him, they're no different than Dreamer Pod's nuts. They're just as nutty. He thinks rubbing those beads and mumbling those words is going to do something for him. It's going to take him back to the cow planet. He can become a 12-year-old girl and have sex with God. That's what he thinks he's doing right now. He's making his way back to the cow planet and his 12-year-old body. Fucking freaks, man. I know. They like to show off their big their big manly beads. They got big manly beads. They're big manly beads, man. They gotta show them off. Last comment. These gurus have fake humility. I know it is it's so insane. It is so insane. And and we were in this bullshit. I was in it. I was just like Gora Hari. I wasn't trying to make followers, but I was just as fucked up in the head as he is. He thinks I wasn't fucked up in the head like him. He thinks I wasn't fucked up in the head like him. Like, he's so fucking stupid. Like, he doesn't know. He's compensating for something. These guys like, hey, I'm manly. I hang around with women and little girls, but I'm all man. Look at my beads. Look at my big manly beads. Look at my big manly beads, man. I don't know what these are, but let's just see what this is.
But these things are going on. The whole trend within our movement is that we have to, both inside India and outside India, that the main thing is that the public should accept us. Okay, but they should accept us on our terms, not on their terms. Otherwise we're compromised. So this plea comes from Mahaksha in Kazan. It's a very difficult situation because practically the movement has to a large extent been hijacked by all kinds of things, dressing Radha and Krishna in Santa Claus outfits and presenting our movement as the message that we have. We make a video for presentation to the public that as if the purpose of the Krishna conscious movement is to feed children going to school.
He doesn't give a fuck about anybody. He doesn't give a fuck about children going to school, that's for sure.
So that they can have a better future. This bluff that.
Yeah, he doesn't like the idea of feeding children. He doesn't like the idea of feeding children. He says it's a bunch of bullshit. He says it's a big bluff, feeding children. That's what he said. He doesn't like helping people out. It says right here. It says here, ISKCON mission hijacked by mundane welfare enthusiasts. He doesn't like helping people. He doesn't like helping people out. Yeah, miserable all the time, guru. Yeah, everything sucks. He doesn't like anything. Everything sucks. He hates everyone. He hates everything. Everything sucks. He hates it all. And why do I want to join a cult where all we do is sit around and talk about how much we hate the world? We hate the world. I'm sorry. I was just not. Chanting, he's full of hate. Chanting made him like this. Yes, Chanting made him like this. It made him hate everything. He hates everybody and everything. It's fucking weird. Friggin' weird, man. He's a hateful person, man. He's never talking about how lovely, oh, it's so lovely, and the flowers, and everything's so nice, and what a beautiful day. No, he's just like, everything sucks. I hate everything. Oh, okay, Maharaj. Should we hate everything too? Yes, you need to hate everything too. Just hate. Just hate, hate, hate. This is crazy. All right, let me see. I think I got a couple more in me here. Let me see. I got so many. I want to get through these because I got so many of these videos that we haven't watched. And what are those freaks doing in the park? Get those freaks out of the park. What are they doing? They're those freaks. There's a bunch of pedophiles in the park singing and dancing. Oh no.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay.
Wait a minute. What happened? What? I met him in Birmingham once. He insulted me. I was about to buy a Gita. That guy has no business insulting anybody. He's got no business insulting anybody. The guy is a friggin' freak, man. The guy's a freak of nature, man. I'm going to tell you. The guy's a freak, man. Here's another one. I guess Rafal sent these in.
Hare Krishna, we're out here on Harinam Sankirtan in one of the most prominent towns along the Baltic Sea coast here in Poland, Międzyzdroje. They call this the movie star town. We came here to share Krishna consciousness with the people. We're doing what we like to do best, go out in Harinam Sankirtan and spread the holy names. As we've said before, this is a perfect formula for introducing people to Krishna consciousness. It's a formula that was introduced by the Lord himself 500 years ago, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He would take his devotees out every morning, evening, and chant the holy names and dance in ecstasy, and basically show that spiritual life is meant to be very joyful.
Sing it with me, and then you'll know.
In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna confirms this. He said, this...
So full of shit. Why you got all these women and little girls around you all the time? That's what I would say to him. I'd ask him right at point blank, like, why do you have all these little girls? And why are you always rubbing your hands all over these little girls? I never saw Prabhupada do that. I never once saw Prabhupada rub his hands all over some little girl. What's up with the little girls, man? Disgusting. I say, you down with a child marriage? Are you down with a child marriage? You say, of course I'm down with a child marriage. Why wouldn't I be down with a child marriage? What's this one? Oh, let's see what. What's this? I'm afraid to watch. I'm afraid to watch some of these.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I knew it.
Gita 1.1. Dhritarashtravacha dharma kshetre kurukshetre samveta yuyutsavaha mamaka pandavascheva kim akurvat sanjaya. 2.7. Karpan dosho upahat sabhava prechami tvam dhar.
I don't know. I think this might be the ISKCON dating channel for 11-year-old girls to find a 22-year-old man. I'm not sure, but I think that's what it is. I think that's the ISKCON dating site for I don't know, man. They like their little girls, man. They just like their child brides. Even DreamerPod says, hey, there's nothing wrong with a child bride. There's just nothing wrong with it. He says it's perfectly okay. 8 billion of them.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Temple of Vedic Planetarium ki jai. We just concluded the visit of Union Home Minister for India, Shri Amit Shah ji.
And they scammed this guy. They're very proud that they scammed this guy. They're like, yeah, we scammed him. ISKCON has a dating app. For little girls, I don't know. For little girls, they have a dating site. For little girls, it's like, are you a grown man looking for a child bride? Check out ISKCON.app. ISKCONdating.app. It's the perfect app to find you a child bride.
Sridham Mayapur. And we had the honor to brief about the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, and Shri Amit Shah ji was very, very happy.
It's pretty cool how they didn't have money to pay the kids when they lost that lawsuit, but they got money to build that gigantic planetarium. They got a gigantic friggin' planetarium that they had raised a lot of money. When they wanted to build this thing, they were able to find some money. They got money. They raised. Look at the size of that thing. Look at the size of that thing. That thing is huge. Look at the buildings around it. The buildings around it are huge. This thing is like a monster. That is a monster building. But we didn't have enough money to pay the kids the money that we lost in the lawsuit. We had to get Alan Dershowitz to knock that down from 150 million or whatever to 10 million or whatever. And then we filed bankruptcy. We filed bankruptcy so we wouldn't have to pay, because we didn't want to pay. We didn't want to pay. We didn't want to pay that money. No, we don't want to pay that money. So we filed bankruptcy. We said, hey, we don't got it. We're like, sorry, but we don't have any money for you kids. I know we abused you, we raped you, we tortured you, we just screwed up your life. We didn't get you any help, nothing. We didn't give a fuck about you. And we still don't give a fuck about you, because we're not going to get you any help. We're not going to give you any money. But we're going to build us a big, giant fucking temple right in the middle of India, right there. Look at that fucking thing. It's like 20 stories tall, 20, 30 stories tall. It's bigger than a figure. You could put the space shuttle in there. That's how big it is. But you know what? When it came time to feeding you kids, sorry, hey, we got some rice with some bugs in it, okay? We got bugs. We got bug rice. We got lizard subji. That's what we got money for that. We can do that for you. But when it comes to building our temple, hey, we spent no cost is too high. No cost is too high when it comes to building a big ass temple like that. But when it comes to feeding our kids and take care of them, yeah, we'd rather not. We'd rather not, man. We don't. That's not something that we're gonna. I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna take care of our kids. We'll build a temple, sure. We'll build a bunch of them. Hey, listen, everybody. It's been great tonight. I've had so much fun. The good rice has been good. Absolutely. No begging the good rice. No begging of the good rice. I want to thank everybody for joining, especially that pedophile piece of shit, Gorahari fucker, Dreamer Pod, coming in here, sullying up my chat with his pedophile crap, and just him seeing his name coming in here. It's disgusting. I don't like pedophiles in my chat. This is a no pedo zone. The no pedo zone. Unlike his Zoom, where all pedos are, you can be a pedophile and go into his Zoom all day, all night. He doesn't care. In fact, it's a whole Hollywood squares of pedophiles. He's got a whole Hollywood square of people that have no problem with pedophilia, child marriage, child brides, any of that. You can go over there. You can be a pedophile all you want. He'll invite you right in, and he'll give you the main square if you want. If you talk about child marriage enough, he'll put you right up in the middle. That's who that guy is. Meanwhile, I don't want pedophiles on my screen. I don't want them in my chat. I don't want them in my screen. I don't know what he'll do. He might try to do something. You start sending private messages to some of you people in here. And then I'll have you guys emailing me going, hey, Gora Hare is sending me private messages talking about giggity giggity.
All right.
I can't have that. I can't have that. So I want to thank everybody for joining in. Jolynn, Fake Human, Ghana, everybody. Fake Human again, Contentment John, Duke of Squirrel, he bounced out. Jolynn again. Everybody. Jenna Morton. Yeah, so I want to thank you all for joining in today. It's been great. I want you all to have a great day, great night, great morning, great afternoon, great evening. If you're hungry, have a great brunch. Have some great luck. Please stay out of a cult. I want to thank you again for joining me tonight. It's been great. It's been a great 2 hours plus. And this is the time of the show where you get to see me as a Hare Krishna a long time ago. So Gora Hare, if you're still watching, you're never gonna make it, dude. You're not more than me. Thanks, everybody.